things that I like to do with my students is make roller coasters. You may have in the past seen that and thought it was way too overwhelming to even attempt, but let me assure you it is not as frustrating as you might think, and it's actually a lot of fun. The students have a good time with it. Doing it early in the year gives them a good way of learning to work in groups without a whole lot of consequence or direction. So the materials that you need for this are this foam insulation. It comes as a continuous piece. There's a little slit on the side. The other side you'll need to cut with scissors. This is one complete piece that's been taped together. I give my students one tube, and I just ask them to not cut it in any kind of way. That way I can reuse it from one class period to the next. Obviously, there's no way to have a whole day's worth of these set up at one time. So the requirements are that they have to have 2 pills and a loop, and that their marble has to successfully go through it. I'm sending you a variety of different ones so that you can actually test variables if you want. You've got regular marbles, you've got wooden beads which serve as marbles because they're completely spherical, and then you have metal marbles as well. So you're looking for them to have a successful completion. I also teach scale at this time, scale models. It's hard for them to do scale models. So as we go through the engineering design process, this is one of the good things that we can use for engineering design in 6th grade, I sort of have them work at this in reverse because they don't really get scale. And so after they finish, then I have them sort of backtrack. So normally we talk about blueprints at the beginning and drawing it out, and I just have them sketch something quickly. But then at the end, once their roller coaster is in place, then they can measure and they can create on grid paper a very accurate scale model, which is probably one of the few scale models that actually will be somewhat close to what it's supposed to look like. I'm also providing you with a lot of materials about doing Rube Goldberg, which is another project that I do. And once they've had the experience of this, then they're able to move into the Rube Goldberg a little bit more easily. They can see the transfer of energy. They can see the other thing that I have them draw when they draw this out is to show where the greatest and least potential energy and kinetic energy are. You can either have them label that on their drawing, or sometimes for speed, I give them Post-it notes, and then they can just stick it on their roller coaster along the way to show where it's increasing or decreasing, and where the greatest and least of potential and kinetic energy is.